let's take Joe Blow right now.
Yeah.
He's working at the bank as a customer service rep.
Yeah.
Maybe through like telephone banking or a teller. Okay. So what would be the strategy for him to job hop? Would it be to go to another bank? Is it a different type of industry?
Yeah.
I want you to walk the viewers and listeners through that.
Yes,
because there's somebody who's listening right now who's like, dude, I work at the fucking bank and
Yeah.
I'm making, 50 G's right now
Yeah,
a year.
yeah.
And I want to get to 80 G's,
Yeah.
90 G's a year. Right. And so
Yeah.
let's walk them through just specifically with that strategy.
So if I'm them, like, you got to skip the line. So you have to get referrals. So you need to start networking a lot more. So you need to get on LinkedIn. You need to look like what I would do and what I did in school is I would go on LinkedIn and look at the people where I want to be at the companies I want to work at and hit them up straight up cold and just be like, hey, I'm Nate. I would love to like learn more about what you do. Hop on a bunch of calls and just start setting up coffee chats, networking, and just doing that for weeks on end. Somebody's going to give you an opportunity. Somebody's not going to care and be like, yeah, you can put my name on the thing. Because if you're going to go like, a thing I hear all the time is like, I've applied to like 500 jobs. What, on LinkedIn Easy Apply? Yeah. Like Indeed? Like you actually like, you're not going to get anything like that, anything worthwhile. But if you're actually talking with people at the company, referrals are like, that's how you skip the line. And so I would just work the shit out of that until I find an opportunity that's a little bit more. And that's what I tell everybody. It's like, you have to, it's not, they say it's not what you know, it's who you know. I think it's both.
Yeah.
But who you know matters. And so if you can get that, sign of approval, that grace from somebody just from chatting with them, that's how you're going to get in the rooms or get in the interview. And then you just have to have the confidence to like, just get me in the fucking room and I'll take care of the rest.
Right. And especially if you have the skill set of being able to sit with people and,
yeah.
And
well, that's the thing, right? It's, you also have to, there's a little bit of like, you got to believe in yourself enough to be like, if I just get a shot, if I get an interview with that manager, like I will take care of the rest kind of thing.
Yeah, man. Look, it's never been easier than it is now. I mean, on the flip side of that, I know there's more people looking for jobs in general. But when I say it's never been easier, I mean, I'm 41 right now. And
great, bro.
Oh, I appreciate that, buddy. I appreciate that. The check's in the mail. Don't worry. But with people, like when I was looking for jobs, at that kind of 2018 time frame, we didn't have, like, I couldn't go anywhere online.
Yeah.
To especially a place like LinkedIn where you could cold message people.
Yeah.
I'm on the other side of that as well. I probably don't look at my spam in LinkedIn as much, but you have an opportunity. Like the way that I had to do it was one of my first jobs in retail was probably about 16, and I would walk in the mall with my resumes, and at the bottom, and they still do it. I just went to Yorkdale not too long ago, and I saw it at the bottom right hand corner of the front of the store. You'll always see a little sign, okay, and it will say "Apply within."
Yeah.
And all you got to do is just walk the mall. And I literally handed my resume on a Saturday and Sunday to every single store. And it is, and it always has been, and it will always be a numbers game. Mm-hmm. So to you said, like when you said go out to 500 people, I probably hit in a weekend, I probably hit like 50, 60, 70 stores easily. Yeah. You get 7 callbacks, you get 2 interviews, and then 1 works out. You know what I mean? And so I urge people, now that most people are doing it online, I would actually still go back to my strategy because nobody is walking the mall and just handing out their resumes.
Just going in person.
And just going in person, because you never know. You might catch the manager at a time where he's just pissed off at Ro, and that happens with me and her all the time. Where that day you're like, you know what? Yeah, like I'm probably going to be looking for someone, and another tidbit, if you're doing it in the mall, especially if you can pinpoint 14 stores that you would actually want to work at, that you actually maybe even shop at, a little strategy, dress for that part.
Yeah.
So if you want to go, like if for me, it was always like the sport stores, like the Foot Lockers, the Sporting Lifes, the Champs of the world. Don't go in a suit. really like you're not going to
yeah.
necessarily connect right away, right? And so if you want to work at Holt Renfrew, you probably shouldn't go with the jeans and the hoodie like Jazz does. You know what I'm saying? You got to kind of reverse engineer it, right?
Treat it like an interview, like
100%. Like, because that manager might say right now, man, like I literally just let go of somebody. Come, let's do an interview right now.
Yeah.
Right. So to your point, I mean, that's bang on, man. Like treat it like an interview right from get. Like, go in with the mindset that I'm actually probably going to get an interview today.
Yeah.
And there's a strong possibility that you would.
Yeah. And like, I think I used to do that. I used to bartend. And so like, I had no experience. So I was like, well, I guess I just have to try to win them over and catch the manager. And like, that is how it worked for me. Like I literally went in person, handed my resume, shake their hand, smile, whatever. Like, it's, just have a conversation with them. You just do that enough times, you'll get there. And so I think obviously it takes time. You have to be patient, but I apply that to pretty much everything. Like I think everything's a numbers game. Even with what I do, I work with brands. That's how, make money and advertising and things like that. And whenever I'm reaching out to a brand, I know that like at the end of the day, like 1 out of 10, will hit me back if I'm reaching out, for example. If I just do that enough, it's a sales process. And so if you treat it and you're just kind of like getting enough, at bats, then eventually you'll hit one. And so I think with anybody that's trying to, sort of going back to the TD example, you just have to give yourself time, but you have to be putting in work every single day and just getting the reps in. And then eventually something will hit, and then you just keep taking that and going.